I'm talking to Darren Loades from Insurance AdviserNet. Hi, Darren.
How's it going, Graham?
Good.
Good to talk to you. Just as from the get-go, I'm a authorised representative of Insurance AdviserNet Australia, which is a licensed insurance broker here in Australia. I'm a specialist in professional indemnity insurance for the finance and mortgage broking industry, and I've been the appointed insurance broker to the Finance Brokers Association of Australia, the FBAA, since 2000. I was also instrumental in advising ASIC on the PI insurance requirements when the national licensing regime came in.
Fantastic. So you know what you're talking about when it comes to PI insurance.
I certainly do, and especially in regards to the finance and mortgage broking industry. Yeah. The referral area can be a grey area. Like you've got to, you're not automatically covered for claims that might come back onto you for you giving referrals onto other people. Now, if you're receiving a fee for referral, you're honour bound to declare that to the insurer that it's part of your income. Under our policy, and under every PI policy, the crux of what you're covered for comes back to what is shown as the insured professional services on the policy.
Yep.
Now, in our case, it's pretty broad. It says arranging loans and or mortgages and advice in relation to the terms and conditions thereof, which is about as broad as I've seen for that industry. Now, it can be extended. Like we can extend that to include certain things, like some of them flog insurance on the side. We can extend to that. It can be specifically noted to include referrals, but you'd have to declare them. It will respond to claims for services that are carried out by what's known as a outside service provider, but only providing there's a written contract in place, a proper referral contract between the broker and the MyCRA.
Yep.
That's us. Other policies will be quite harder on that. A lot of the other policies out there won't extend or include cover for outside credit providers unless specifically asked for, which no one would. And I would suggest a lot of these guys that are getting that are getting income kickbacks by these referrals and not declaring it to the insurers, and in the event of a claim arising, they won't be covered.
Okay. My concern is that if the broker refers their client to ABC Credit Repair, knowing that ABC Credit Repair are not a law firm and therefore not legally allowed to perform the services, and then that client takes a hit, they lose their money. Like 10,000 clients recently were identified as losing money to Maloof Group Enterprises, Credit Clean Australia and Credit Wash, and they were just pinged $1.7 million. 14% of that 10,000 that didn't even have bad credit, but Maloof still took the money anyway. So if brokers are knowingly referring their clients to people like this, not a law firm, and the concern here is that if someone like that says the credit rating can't be repaired, the client could then lose their deposit because they've exchanged contracts. And
this is why you've got to be careful who you refer. You refer your clients onto it, then it comes back onto you. Well, if it comes back onto you by way of an actual civil liability claim, well, there's no guarantee that your PI policy is there to cover that.
If they had that formal agreement in place and they knew that the person they were referring to, even if they had a formal agreement, wasn't licensed or legally entitled to do the work they're doing, would that be covered? And from what you're saying, they wouldn't be covered even if they had that.
No, not if they knowingly referred someone that they knew that wasn't licensed to carry out that service. No. The last thing we want for a well-intentioned broker is to be referring their clients to so-called professionals that aren't up to the job, and it ends up coming back to bite them.
Absolutely.
Although under our policy, if we had a broker that was referring clients onto MyCRA and you had a formal written agreement with them, broker would be deemed covered under our policy as an outside credit provider because it's related to the insured occupation of arranging a loan. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, mate.